All right, hello everybody, good evening. My name's Eric Merchant. I'm happy to be joining you from the Cascade Underground Pinball Society here in Eugene, Oregon, in the heart of the Willamette Valley. Our tournament director, Matt Walton, is getting us started, going over the rules for our competitors tonight. So let's take a quick look at the players. Nope, haven't propagated that yet. Let's see. Can't get a little information on the board here. Currently parked on the Great Paragon. So we've got a nice view of the backs of people listening to our tournament director, Matt Walton, talking about the upcoming Friday events over at here at Cups. Something of a smaller crew today. We've got the country fair going on in Veneta, which is just west of our fair city of Eugene. So a lot of our community is involved with the country fair. That's an over 50-year-old institution here at the Willamette Valley. And so in the meantime, we have a stalwart band playing a second Friday tournament. Matt Walton's explaining that the first, third, and fifth round of our group match play will be drawn from a fast-playing bank of machines. So that includes most of our EMs, many of our early 80s, late 70s solid states, and some other machines of the like. And then 2 and 4 will be play good or I'll make fun of you. And then, as I was saying, rounds 2 and 4 will be from what we call slower playing machines, which basically just means modern Sterns, etc., with a little more ball save. We've got some DMDs in the mix too. We've got Roadshow down here. We've got Whirlwind. So many of your favorites from the 90s and 2000s, from the last century when I started playing pinball. All right. Hey, Gracie Lou, thanks for joining us. Gracie Lou says, heyo, nice to see you. And let's see what our first draw is going to be. Great. We'll just stay right here on Paragon then. Corey! We can just keep it on Paragon. If you want to turn on the light, I would be obliged. Thank you. All right, let's turn on the lights and get the show started here. Woo, come on, mouse. Mouse on over there. All right. And we'll look for the scoreboard cam to come up here. Looks good. Looks good. Thank you, sir. So we have 3 competitors here, Quint Iverson, Jen Dagus, and John Cunningham. Uncle John Cunningham, mostly known for running tournaments on Wednesdays and Sundays down here at Blair Alley. So he is a stalwart member of our community and hardest working tournament director in Eugene. So this should be quite a set of competition here. Quint is a newer member of our group. Okay, and we've started a three-player game. So three-player group, so of course we're playing 7-5-3-1, meaning that in a typical four-player group, we're going to have a 7 points for first place, 5 for second, 3 for third, and 1 for fourth place. And in a three-player group, we have 7 points for the winner still, 1 point for third place, and 4 points for the second place finisher, so sort of an average of if you were second or third on either one. Scoop Kelm with the first time chat. Good luck to everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So our friend Scoop was visiting during graduation, and we got to take him on a tour of the facilities here at the Cascade Underground Pinball Club. So we could see Quint with an opening on Paragon here, trapping up on the left flipper, and now finding that spinner. So when you play Paragon, it's a bonus-focused game, like so many valleys from this time period. So essentially, the valuable shots are off at the right flippers. But of course, you can see those are the dreaded stacked flippers, which can, if you're not careful, the ball can, when you depress the flipper button, the ball can slide between the two flippers in an act I and everyone I know calls scissoring. So it's very difficult. You obviously cannot trap on the lower flipper. So the two main features of interest when playing Paragon are this set of inline drop targets, which as you drop the third and fourth of them, multiply your bonus. And finally, you can shoot back into the saucer back here. And so those are crucial for bonus multiplying, but to actually build up your bonus, lots of shots on the board build up your bonus, but probably the easiest one to really get some points is the spinner, just in that sort of candy cane nested to the right of the inline drop target. So really your two most valuable scores are really attainable from the pair of your right flippers there. So if you, as you start your ball one, the question is, do you want to build your bonus or do you want to multiply your bonus? And of course the answer is both. But it's crucial to understand also, this is a super bonus game, like so many of the era, which means these values here give you a bonus hold. So in other words, if you're able to get your bonus up to 20,000, that bonus will continue ball to ball. So any super bonus you earn in the first ball, obviously, is going to be paid out on a second ball and a third ball and even maybe an extra ball as well. So building that up first is a crucial part of the strategy here. And of course, we have two saucers. Valleys of these are famous for their saucers in the top of the playfield. We've got two of them here. The one on the right spells Paragon, so you have to hit it, let's see, P-A-R-A-G-O-N. You have to hit it 7 times, and then finally an 8th time, and it'll pay out a big score. And then finally the saucer on the left just gives you increasing scores as you score more and more of them. So Jen has found a lot of inline drop targets here, so she's got to be very happy with how this ball is going. She's accumulated, you can see from the triangle, the inverted triangle in the middle, you can see her bonus climbing. I think some lights must be out because I suspect that she has more than 10 bonus. So yeah, so now you can see she's gotten to 18 and she really wants to get to 20. It's like I said, when you get to 20, you get to keep that for the rest of the game. You get to bank it. And there it is. So you can see now the inline, the insert here has lit and that will stay lit. So she cranked that up to 3x. She won't get to keep that 3x now. That goes away and she'll have to re-earn that through the inline drops. But she was able to cash in 3 times that 20,000, and the 20,000 will stay. Now she has a score of 137,000 right now. I tend to think breaking 100,000 in a game is a good score. So in a tournament like this, to get that much of a score on your first ball, and again, as long as she doesn't tilt, remember she's going to get at least 20,000 each ball. So both Quint and John know they have to find something on these next couple balls here, and Jen has definitely showed up to play. Okay, in terms of things to shoot on the right side of the playfield, your options are a little more limited. There is a bank of drop targets there that will give you increasing values, and there it is. There it is, the dreaded scissors. You could see on the flip, the ball went right between those flippers, and you are not only does your ball go down the center and your ball is over, you have the crushing feeling of knowing that had you just not pressed the button, that ball would still be in play as we speak. All right, Jen finding again, nailing a drop target. And again, I want to say the most important thing here is she's already got that 20. So that's going to count down. So even though she didn't earn much, if any, additional bonus that ball, she had that 20 in hand and has cashed that out again. And again, unless she tilts her ball 3, she'll get a third bite of that apple. So getting that super bonus on ball 1 is a really great way to put the spurs to your competitors. Okay, and here we are in the Beast Lair. Uncle John Cunningham navigating it smoothly. Okay, and we're back in that upper right saucer. We now see an R, and the pop bumper has helped him out with the second A, and we're back to G. So yeah, John is giving it a little bit of motion. There is a tilt on this machine, so you don't want to give it too much, but John's giving it a little bit, and it's paying off. See now, he's gotten to about 11. Oh, couldn't quite find it. So couldn't find the spinner, came off the rubber just to the right of the spinner, right down the center. Everything in this game is trying to feed things back down the middle, and it can be a brutal and frustrating experience as everyone whose name isn't Jen is discovering. Couldn't find it, so second at best for Quint. Ball 3, Jen is still very much in control of this game. She obviously will want to put as much distance between her and John as she can, but right now John's got a steep hill to climb. He has not banked any super bonus, so he is essentially starting from scratch each ball. That's not entirely true. This is a solid state game, so it does have some memory besides the super bonus, so his spelled letters, I think, will still stay over, and possibly even the drop target. Jen survives the Beast Slayer there, a particularly sadistic feature of this machine. Instead of just a standard Italian bottom with a outlane there, we have the dreaded Beast Slayer. We just go down here with a pop bumper. Haven't seen much like this from modern games. So you younger kids and modern players complaining about the danger room, let me introduce you to the Beast Lair. If you try too aggressive a live catch off your left flipper, you will find that it creeps right up there and you will never see that ball again. Okay, John getting the ball under control nicely here. He knows what he has to do. Nice thing about machines of this era is they're fairly legible, especially to experienced players like all 3 of our competitors. And you step up to the machine knowing what to do. You're not picking a Ninja Turtle character. You're not choosing which alien movie to play. You're just going to set right up and just do your best. Okay, well, Uncle John has a cheering section. Great to see. Hi, Davey and Pezzy. Fortunately, that first game did not go the way John wanted it to. And we'll see if he can get a little more of his game together as the tournament progresses. All right, so to the surprise of no one, Paragon game moved along briskly, and we're still waiting on a couple results. We have a very high-stakes group over playing flip-flop, and let's see, it looks like Ali has completed. We had a 3-player group on Ali. So let's see if we can't move over. It looks like Darren just had a great ball on flip-flop, again, to the surprise of no one there. Let's see if I can refresh this. Okay, well, look at that. So here with our booth view, we've got our standings, including an early take on our top 4 players. So no surprise to see Jen there. She's gotten 7 points, which is as many points as anybody can get out of this round. So we're still waiting for other groups to complete, but we see that Sam and Augie have won their first rounds. So, and then Chris with a second, getting 5 points, and so you can see Quint from our group of 3 got 4 points instead of the 5 points that Chris got. Chris was a second place finisher in a group of 4, whereas Quint was a second place finisher in a group of 3 and hence got 4 points. So. All right, so those are our results for now, and then we have a couple groups yet to report. So Ali has come in, and so we are just waiting for flip-flop. We've got 14 competitors today, so fairly small, intimate tournament, but that means we should have no trouble wrapping things up at 10. And of course, when you come on down to Cups, you can enjoy a meal and a beverage from Claim 52, located in the same building. And then if you get some beer to go in a can, you can go bring it down here and enjoy a little beer with your pinball. Let's see what. Let's do Godzilla. It's classic for a reason. All right, so we're going to be bringing you the number 1 pinball machine in the world, of course, which is the much loved by players and derided by tournament directors, Godzilla, which can be a long player. So again, remember our structure tonight is we're going to be playing 5 rounds. The first round and the third and the fifth are all on shorter playing games, whereas the second and fourth we're going to be playing in some longer playing games. Let's take a look at how that looks. Good. Looks good to me. And let me get over here and interact with scoreboard. Let's see. And let's go over to Godzilla. Okay, so we have Cindy Anderson, hungry for a win here after a last place on Ali. We have Corey Anderson, no relation, I don't believe, vice president and founding member of the Cups board. And then newcomer to the scene, Chris Jamal. So both of them are coming in with 5 points, meaning they got second in their first round of 4 players. All right, so we are looking at one of the most beloved of recent machines, and indeed, if you believe Pinside, the best machine ever made by human hands. This is Godzilla. And what ought one to know about Godzilla Pinball that one doesn't already? This is one of those games that when it's tricky to pick in a tournament. Of course, in this tournament, our groups are assigned to machines randomly, but in a tournament in which you can pick games, you might think you're good at Godzilla, but at least in the Eugene scene, everybody's good at Godzilla. Everybody's putting in time. It's just a fun game to play. So, see Cindy starting up here. We'll have some ball save. We're on fairly, I don't want to say liberal settings, but certainly not the tight settings that we have during our Cups Classic and that sort of thing. So Cindy finding the right ramp. So to get a mode started, which in this theme is called a kaiju battle, we're going to need to hit 2 ramp shots. You can hit either ramp twice or each ramp once, and then you will light a kaiju battle over at the scoop here. So that scoop there. Oh no, that's the, oh dear. I'm circling the thing right in front of the pop bumper. Scoop is right back there. That shot will be lit for start battle. That's also the shot where you collect your allies, which can help you maximize your scoring opportunities. Okay, so Corey's stepping up. He's played many a game of Godzilla in his life, so he finds the inner loop pretty handily, which gets the spinner going. Now, as I said, this is a pro, not a premium, so the Mecha Godzilla shield right here does not spin around. You simply take the, work this spinner and then it will light for Mechagodzilla multi-ball, and you'll have to hit the side targets on the shield here. But those won't, as on the premium, that's a moving mechanical device, and it'll be forward there. Thanks, Debbie. I'll try to move the mic closer, but thanks for letting me know. Actually, let me do one thing. I have two headsets, and in theory they're identical. So let me quick test out the other one and see if that's a little clearer. All right. Are we noticing any difference with this one? Just let me know if that's improved matters or, so as possible, made them worse. In theory, it should be exactly the same, but different things are different sometimes. Okay, Chris stepping up, finds a nice inner loop there, which is going to work you towards an extra ball. Of course, in this tournament, we don't play extra balls. We just plunge them through. So, all right, another good whip of the upper spinner and right back out through the feed there to the upper flipper. Okay, so no one has really set the game on fire here in ball one. It's going to be something of a game of inches, but any one of these competitors can certainly blow it up anytime, so. Looks like it auto-launched Cindy's ball. But she's just taking the ball save and playing it through. But looks like she got robbed of a skill shot and a little confused there. Okay, they continue to give a very generous ball save here. I'm not sure why that would have auto-launched. Someone nudged the action button? I'm not sure. I didn't quite see it. All right, thanks, Scoop. Appreciate the update. All right, Corey passes over to the right flipper nicely. Doesn't quite find the building, and again, the generous ball save helping him out. Okay, there's the right ramp. And a nice little ski pass with a nudge gets him a second, now a third right ramp. So you can just barely see the yellow light there. That is facing our competitor and indicates that a kaiju battle is ready to start. So typically the strategy here is we're going to start a kaiju battle and then whack the building to start a building multi-ball and try to stack those two things, as they say. My opening, and I think a lot of competitors' openings, would be to start with Titanosaurus, which asks you to shoot a series of 3 stand-ups, then the mazer target, and then back to the captive ball. And that's a lot more easily accomplished when there's 3 balls knocking around the field. So getting into Titanosaurus and then into your building multi-ball is probably a pretty standard by now. I think the meta has sort of gelled onto that one. The other kaiju have their own values and ways to score points, but we'll see. Well, let's see what Corey decides. So now we see the X-Alien from Planet. Let's see, it's the Monster Zero. Is it Planet X? I think that's it. So Corey just picked up a valuable ally in Anguirus, which means the action button will be flashing green during his multi-ball. You can't see the action button from our playfield view, but that'll be flashing green, and when he hits that, it will add another ball into his multi-ball, along with some ball save time, which is probably the more crucial aspect of it. Okay, so Corey went from Megalon. Megalon is the drilling monster that will sort of surface in different purple shots, and you try to chase him around the board. Doesn't look like it went all that well for him. So stepping back up, he'll be able to restart Megalon at the scoop if he can find that shot. Oh, I guess I can erase my little circling of the scoop. I want to make sure everyone knew where that was. All right, Chris has started a rage combo, and after getting halfway up that ramp, I'm sure he's feeling it too. There's a nice pickup of the right ramp. Looks like for the rage combo, basically the best thing you can have in a rage combo is you earn an extra ball, so while that may be great while you're playing at the bar, in the tournament I haven't seen anyone really turn the rage combo into anything. Chris takes a tough break out the left out lane there after trying to get it under control. And we are back to Cindy. Let's watch carefully and make sure she doesn't get auto-launched here. Local celebrity and man about town Ditto Depew has joined us, so he's walked into cups. And even though we're all busy playing a tournament, it's just like when Norm enters the bar in Cheers, which I think that bar was called the Bar That Couldn't Slow Down. Anyway, everyone's happy to see Ditto, as always. Okay, left out lane every time. Cindy fairly disappointed with that one. Corey Anderson steps back up. He's got a slight lead, but any 56 million is not points you can cling to. Okay, since he started a kaiju mode, his shot at the building there didn't work him towards building multi-ball. It instead trapped up on the Magna save and lit destruction jackpot for the not all that impressive 6 million points. It's basically a function of how much you've beaten up the board at this point, and it is multiplied every time you defeat a kaiju. So as you progress through your game, you can get 10, 15, 17 million times 2, times 3, times 4. So those can be really valuable shots, and indeed, if you have the best destruction jackpot ever on a machine, you can enter in your initials for such a thing. Okay, here is the Godzilla multi-ball, which usually people refer to this as the building multi-ball because you shoot the building to start the thing. And there are lots of multi-balls in Godzilla. I don't know why this gets to be the titular multi-ball, but here it is. So we're banging away on the super spinner, getting lots of points there. You might have seen that was a 2x super jackpot. And the reason for that was that Corey didn't approach the building through the main route here up the middle, but instead this tight little alley here between the captive ball and the building shot around, so it just whips around through the backside of the building and comes out the front. And when the game notices you doing that when the building is lit for super jackpot, it will double that. Ah yes, and we're still in Megalon, so we just pulled in a 21 point Megalon shot. Press the action button for Anguirus to join the fray. Anguirus, of course, made his debut in Godzilla Raids Again, which is the English title of that particular movie. So Anguirus was really the first kaiju that Godzilla encountered after his solo movie. Godzilla Raids Again is the second in the franchise. Anguirus never had his own solo movie, unlike the other two companions, Mothra and Rodan, which were given solo movies before being worked into the main Godzilla cinematic universe. Something like your Ant-Man or your Thor getting their own movie before joining the Avengers. And now we have the other way to add a ball, which is by ripping the Mechagodzilla spinner sufficiently through the course of your multi-ball. So this is another add a ball, which comes with another air of ball save. And Chris Jamal carefully studying Corey's game, realizing that Corey's putting on a little bit of a show here, and Chris is going to have to find some equivalent way to get some scores on his game. So you can see in the building multi-ball, or Godzilla multi-ball, there's few shots lit. When you shoot a given shot 3 times, you sort of exhaust it. So there's still a few scoring opportunities for him on the board. There's the right ramp up here. There's the loop around the side here, which you have to hit from the upper flipper, and then, of course, the left ramp. And once you do enough work like that, the building will relight for another super jackpot. You just keep collecting it. Corey's already collected one super jackpot, which means he's qualified Monster X, which is a bonus mode that appears at the 4th Godzilla power-up. And if you get the super jackpot in Mecha Godzilla, then you get another possible mode. Is that Attack of Mecha Godzilla? In your 4th power-up. So that's a ways off at this point, but, you know, Corey's playing great. Corey's playing great and putting on a show right now. A little credit for Magna Grab, and we're back to the scoop. So the scoop's options here. So we got power-up level 1. Again, all that nonsense I was talking about, that's all power-up level 4. So spotting a letter in Monster Rampage. So now the choice is, do you stay in Tokyo? Well, no, you don't. You move to another city, and that city will have another kaiju, and Godzilla's going to try to fight that kaiju. So now we collect our Tokyo Carnage bonus. Nice little bit of 13. We haven't done a tanks multi-ball. We didn't do a bridge multi-ball, so you saw some others. Those categories were 0 for that reason. Okay, Destruction Jackpot is lit. Corey hasn't done any destruction to the new city he's visiting, so he starts at a base value of 7 million. This is the second city. First city starts at a base of 6 million, and then they increase to 7, 8, etc. Super Tail Whip is in play. Tail Whip is the behind the Mechagodzilla shield. Okay, nice rip on the Mechagodzilla spinner, and again. So Mechagodzilla is deploying to the battlefield. Again, if you're used to that shield turning, it's not going to. So you can see there's 3 targets to deal with. He's already gotten the spinner. There's also targets around here. And once he gets all 3 of those, he just goes back to Mechagodzilla. Gets another shot on the spinner. Again, if you're familiar with the premium, that would be where Mechagodzilla catches the ball on his magnetic belly. That's not going to happen here. Mechagodzilla is just a little acrylic standee right in the backfield there, not an actual toy. Okay, solid right ramp. He's chasing Hedorah around. Hedorah, of course, the English title was the Smog Monster, and Hedorah started when you activate the Mazer target. A certain, I think it's usually your second Mazer target award starts Hedorah, and he's, for the rest of your ball, one shot will be a Hedorah shot, and you climb those values. It's one of those things that you don't, at least I don't usually think about when I'm playing, but every once in a while I'll get one and have a successful multi-ball. At the end of the ball, will be like, hey, you got 20 million of Hedorah points, and you just think, wow, I wasn't even paying attention there. Okay, so we started our second kaiju battle. This is Gigan, or classic kaiju battle. Very simple mode to understand. You just need to hit 8 ramps. Again, either ramp will do, but if you manage to alternate left and right ramps, you'll get a bonus for doing the combo. So, doesn't quite find the left ramp from the right flipper. The left ramp is certainly the tighter and steeper of the 2 ramps. Much more difficult. Oh, but he found it. There's a good left ramp, so we're feeding the right flipper, and we've just seen it. So there's the combo right off onto the right ramp, and instead of attempting a second left ramp, instead of attempting to convert it into a second left ramp, he just ski passed it over to the left flipper, hoping to find the right ramp again. Didn't work out. We would have seen a little combo bonus for that left-right exchange, but the machine was too busy telling him he got an extra ball, which is not... Okay, and we're back to another multi-ball. Corey's just setting this up and knocking it down. We're seeing again the extra ball screen. I don't know, that must be a second extra ball. And again, for this tournament, we get no flips on the extra ball. So your extra ball, you get to plunge it, which in this game, there are lots of skill shots, so there's plenty of scoring opportunities just from the plunge. And then you just kind of watch the ball bounce around for a little bit and collect your bonus. One time when I was playing in a tournament in this style, I had the ball come around from the plunge so softly that it hit this left slingshot and then bounce right into the scoop. And the funny thing about that was the scoop was lit for tank multi-ball. So again, no flips allowed. I just plunged it, started a multi-ball, and got to watch it rattle away as it launched balls and scored me some tank points. Okay, so that multi-ball is over. I have not kept track of how many. Much smaller Godzilla or building multi-ball. And I've not kept track of how many ramps he's set. Oh, there you go. So we ended up with 11 million Godzilla versus Gigan. So Gigan still controls London, which is another way of saying that Corey did not shoot sufficient ramps to defeat Gigan. So this means when Corey goes back to the scoop, he will have the opportunity to face Gigan again and shoot more of those ramps. Okay, there's another 5 million header award. Like I said, when you have header going, it's not usually something you think a ton about, but the scores for those shots continue to increase. All right, power line continues to generate points at the spinner. All right, so that was a Mecha Godzilla multi-ball, and now we're moving over to a bridge attack multi-ball. So it's just one thing after another. Yes, Scoop, you're exactly right. This is the sort of game where, Corey's not going to stop. There's a player 3 who could just as easily score all these points, but you start looking at these points and thinking like, man, I can't tell you how many times during a tournament I've played one good game and then a few bad games. And you thought, boy, I wish I could have smoothed that out a little bit. Applied some natural curvature smoothing to that set of data points. So. But for now, it's just fun to be whacking away at a game and getting points. Bridge Attack, Super Jackpot for 15 million. Good heavens. Bridge Attack is not the most common of multi-balls. I've played many games and many good games where I never got a Bridge Attack multi-ball. So if I'm being scotch with the details of how to navigate this multi-ball, I assure you that is intentional. I'm not quite sure how to score points during this, but he just got a 15 million Super Jackpot, so there's something there. Okay, we finally get a chance to look back at the screen and see the scores. Corey's at about 605 million. At this point, tournament director Matt Walton has to be casting a jaundiced eye on this game, continuing and wondering, is he going to call this a runaway score and give Chris the chance to match or best it? So I'm watching Matt watch Corey, but other games are still going on, so it is not the case yet that everything has come to a standstill and we're waiting on Godzilla. So we'll let Corey play on. Ooh, a double danger. This may come to a violent end. All right, and a tank attack multi-ball. So we have seen pretty much a survey of all the multi-balls in this game, except, those of you paying attention at home, haven't seen a flying saucer multi-ball yet, so that would be something, wouldn't it? Oh, wait. Shoot arrows to light lock. So now we're into Monster Zero. So as I said way back when Corey was playing his Godzilla / building multi-ball, I said, well, if you get a Super Jackpot, you qualify. Monster Zero. Monster Zero, of course, spoiler alert if you haven't seen this movie from the early 70s, Monster Zero is King Ghidorah. On Planet X, they refer to monsters by number, and Ghidorah shows up and is given the sobriquet of Monster Zero. So this is the extra little mini wizard mode earned at Godzilla Power Up 4 because Corey's building multi-ball went so well. So the goal here is to complete shots and lock balls. So after completing all the lit shots, you shoot a ball into the building and it's locked, and you're basically determining how many balls the following multi-ball is going to have. I think it can have up to 4, maybe 5. And as soon as you lose a ball in the course of shooting these shots, you basically get the multi-ball that you get. Whatever you've managed to put, however many balls you've managed to put in the bank there, the building at the top, that's how many you're going to go fight Eudora with. Or Monster Zero. So here is the quote-unquote victory multi-ball, which is sort of the main thing. So Super Jackpot multipliers are 3x because Corey has locked 3 balls. Scoot Kelm asks, which have you spent more time doing, playing pinball or watching Godzilla movies? The nice thing about Godzilla pinball is I don't have to choose. I can actually get credit for doing both of those things. In terms of which I have a deeper knowledge base of, it's a close one. It's a close one. Any given day can be in a different spot. Oh, speaking of being in a good spot here, Corey has got his Tesla strike from running the bases on the power line stand-up target, so he's now got his spinner going great, and he just charged up the heat rate for 61 million. Recall 61 million is probably more than Chris Jamal's current score, so again, the other competitors watching this, Hedera continues to generate points, and a heat ray of 61 million points is really setting something up. So for those of you who noticed, he trapped up both balls on the left flipper, and that gave him enough time to hit the action button for heat ray. The heat ray requires you to hit the action button. You have to hold it down for a few seconds. You saw on the screen, it does a little power-up bar there. So you have to be able to have a hand free and hold on to that button for a few seconds. So Corey was able to trap up on the left flipper and then use, I'm assuming, his right hand. The player camera does not give us enough detail to verify that, but he certainly hit it with something and activated his heat ray, which essentially what the heat ray does is shoot every shot. So it's as though you hit everything on the board once, and it gives you credit for everything. So if you lit things up nicely like he did in his Monster X mode, you collect all those shots immediately, in this case to the tune of 61 million points. And there's Matt Walton, the tournament director, walking around. See his taking a look at which groups are still playing and wondering what we're doing. Are we going to see a billion-point game, ladies and gentlemen? It certainly didn't look like that after balls 1 and 2, but Corey really dug deep here, and we're going to see. Now we're on Monster Rampage. This is a rotating shot that moves to. I bet we would have seen a billion if he hadn't tilted there. That might have been a little something. Okay, so we're now going to plunge through at least 2, by my count, maybe more, extra balls. And then Chris Jamal will get a chance to also play for 40 minutes. And best Corey's score here. Okay, so walking through now, we actually get to see a collect bonus sequence. That's 12 million. Who knows how many bonus multipliers he might have had. Okay, and so we see now you'd be forgiven for thinking that looks like Jet Jaguar landing. That looks like Ultraman landing. That's in fact Jet Jaguar, which is the Toho Godzilla franchise's answer to the popularity of TV star Ultraman. So this is it's the movie where Eugene teams up with the driller guy. Scoop Kelm, the humanity indeed. Maybe something good can come from all this destruction, as the voiceover says. All right, so Chris Jamal stepping up with 37 million points, hoping to close the gap to the 871 that Corey has. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. You really got to see quite a display of the many, many features and multi-balls and modes of Stern's Godzilla. And I hope for those of you at home, you're getting a sense of why this machine is so popular. You get on a tear like that, boy, that just sure can get your fur up, I'll tell you what. Okay, Chris taking a couple shots at Mechagodzilla there. Okay, Fishes it out nicely. Oh, finds that right ramp just barely, and it looks like we're going to need one more to qualify a mode. So again, 2 ramp shots to get a kaiju battle mode ready to go. So they can either be both right ramps or one of each, or feeling particularly. Okay, so that spinner starts up a Mechagodzilla multi-ball. Corey's Mechagodzilla multi-ball didn't last nearly as long as some of his others, so we didn't talk too much about that. Essentially, in Mechagodzilla multi-ball, you have the 2 ramps and the building shot are lit. And once you hit one of those shots, you go back to the shield and hit one of the 3 associated shots there. So Chris has already done that. He shot the right ramp and one of the shield targets. We don't know which, not lit. Now that he shot the building, it's clear that he has the 2 upper shield targets. Just found one, so the left ramp to go, but things went a little sideways and went right through. This is not at all a shameful game of Godzilla. Starting the Mechagodzilla multi-ball is no mean feat, but Corey clearly came here to show us how it's done, as they say, and show us a surgical. Okay, and surprisingly, as long as that game was, we're still finishing up some matches. Like I said, rounds 2 and 4 are the longer playing ones, so Venom results are in. And of course our Godzilla results are in. So we're still waiting on a road show. That's Chandler, Sam, Augie, and John Cunningham. So John's just getting a little round of applause there. So something exciting has happened. I don't have any visibility into it, but there's some excitement going on over there. Okay, Corey is the Bridge Attack multi-ball champion. That sure was. Like I said, when I saw that 15 million jackpot on Bridge Attack, super jackpot, I said, I don't know how that happened. I've never gotten anything like that. Looks like Chandler's putting up some initials. Is that what I'm hearing? On the so that roadshow game looks like it was quite a shootout as well. On Venom, we have Quint, Carrie, Chris, and Richard. And then on Bride of Pinbot, Matt Walton, Darren Dorman, and Jen takes a third after her resounding first on Paragon. So she's having a real roller coaster of an evening over there. And there we see Chris on the player cam looking snazzy in his Emerald City Pinball League jersey there. These are some jerseys we're debuting this season. Hey, great game, Corey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Aztecs and then Vector Paragon.
Oh, Vector. Let's show him Vector. Okay, so we're moving over to Vector, a very weird game. Deeply, deeply weird game. Okay, so looking at our new standings, it's local favorite Corey Anderson on top with his 12 points. So that's probably 12 is 7 plus 5. So tilt the thing a little. There it is, I like it. All right. All right, so we have a real interesting game here. This is Vector. It's a 1980s Bally, and when our friend and Cups board member Gavin placed it on location at Joey's Pizzeria in Springfield, Oregon, just right next door to Eugene, I remember walking in and just being absolutely amazed that there was a machine from this era that I had never played, never seen, never even heard of. So that was quite a surprise to me. But it is certainly a game with definitely its own interesting character here. So we have Carrie Wheeler getting a ball save there. Very nice. And so players who have played early 80s Bally like Flash Gordon or Centaur will see some familiar features here in terms of the stacked double playfield and the sort of counterintuitive in-lanes and out-lanes. So they have this loop set up. Okay, can't quite find a backhand on this ramp. That would be that would really be something. Okay, so yeah, Kerry Muller, then that's not a bad first ball at all. There, so. All right, Augie Nelson having a pretty good tournament so far. 10 points is either 2 5-point seconds, or first and third. But of our group of three, he is leading the charge here. So the bank of green targets are labeled HYP. You can't quite read them in contrast here. So that's hype. And every time you hit one of those, it yells at you, YP. And there it is. The distinctive robot voice, sounding very much like the robot cowboy on 8-Ball Deluxe, telling us all about the letters that you just spelled. So we've got the left ramp ready to go for blocking balls. Hit the left ramp and it goes all the way around, capture back into this waterfall, the waterfall that they borrowed from Paragon. And you can see there's some saucers here where you can launch balls. And after you lock those balls back there, you shoot the green hype targets to start a multi-ball play. And like so many games of this era, this is before the days of devoted jackpots in multi-balls. This has their own I think it's just double scoring. Many games from this era is just if you get multiple balls in play, you get more point. It's all the same shots are lit. You just get more points for them. So it's not until you get to high speed getaway that you start seeing things like modes and things like, oh, look at this handling. Sam, great job. Oh, but no love from out the right out lane here. So you notice the right out lane is a little more traditional here, but one thing you might notice, there's a saucer right here. And that saucer, if you manage to get a good bounce off this peg and into that saucer, it will then eject the ball through this gate and bring it back into play. There's a similar feature here, although this saucer on the left is a lot easier to shoot, and then it just launches straight over to the flipper there. In either case, if you do manage to save the ball via that saucer, you collect your bonus, so it can actually be valuable. Nice. Okay, so I was talking about it, and Carrie did it. Great job. So the ball didn't go out, and in fact, she picked up a nice little pack of points along the way. Okay. So a little bounce there, redirecting from the upper flipper. Again, left ramp is lit for ball lock. Oh, and just a bad bounce out of that little wedge out of the upper playfield. Particularly vicious there. Okay, Augie steps up. In the lead, but I wouldn't say comfortably in the lead. Okay, so we're picking off some of the upper drop targets in the upper field. We got the X and the Y. And couldn't find the right saucer, but extends his lead by a bit. Sam's going to look for some... Nope. Nothing doing. The right out lane is just too greedy out there. Okay, we're down to ball three. Carrie looking around, seeing if she can't find a way to catch up to and surpass Augie's points there. Okay, so we have the front bank of drop targets up here. So Carrie has to fight her way through this line of targets before being able to lock any balls. Augie's in the same situation. So the way this happens, when it starts, Augie's saying hi to everybody. friendly competitor there, our friend Augie Nielsen. All right, so Augie's trying to fight through these top line of drop targets. Okay, will he find... Nope, no saucer there, so he has to content himself with 489,000, but that feels pretty good. Sam's going to see if he has an answer for him there. So the yellow arrows flashing means that those drop targets are how to open up that left ramp. And you have to shoot them in order. Well, I shouldn't say have to. If you do shoot them in order, then you're free and clear to advance up the left ramp. But if you don't, and as you can see, in order meaning left to right here. So Sam, when he clipped the rightmost two, he ended up with a solid arrow. So then what would have to happen is you shoot the remaining drop targets once you've shot them out of order, and then the front line of guards comes up. And then you shoot those. Now at that point, you can definitely go right through there. All right, so concludes our thrilling and esoteric game of Vector. Waiting on a couple others here, including Corey Anderson, our hotshot from the last round, is playing Sinbad, a game that is actually his game. Let's see what else we've got here. So we don't have any results coming in. Those of you not familiar with match play, you can see the circles next to a player means that they're in an active match. So that is obviously not true of our Vector players, but we haven't updated the results there yet. So right now we still have all the points as they were from the last round. So it looks like our Sinbad has concluded. Matt, can I ask you a favor? Yes. I have a Monster energy drink in the fridge, and it's got a cup. It's got a can cup cap. I don't know what they are. All right, so as you can see from the player cam there, looking at our... Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, my nicely chilled. We've got our broadcast special White Monster here, and of course, keeping everything secure with my Cascade Underground Pinball Cups can cap. So if you need to, available for the low price of $3 here at Cups. So if you need to cap a can, you can cap your can with a Cups can cap. Okay, looks like we're updating with those results. So Augie getting credit for his victory with 17 points. So he's now the leader of the pack, but of course any player with a dot next to their name has not had their latest round updated yet, so we'll see how that changes our standings. Remember, this was round 3. Okay, so we have Augie Nelson in the lead, Chris and Quint with 16, and then a three-way tie currently with 15 points. And that green line, of course, means the cut for finals. We'll be taking our top 4 players. So were the tournament to end now, our 3 players with 15 points would play a tiebreaker, and one of them would advance. I think I do want to do Jurassic. I hope everyone agrees on the stream. We're going to go to Jurassic Park, based, of course, on the Steven Spielberg film of the same name, as well as the Michael Crichton novel. So Steven Spielberg, I think by my count, has to be the most pinball-adapted director around from the 1978 Gottlieb Close Encounters of the Third Kind through to Jurassic Park and a handful in between. Oh, and of course, the recent Jaws machine is another great example of Steven Spielberg property turned into a successful pinball machine. I'm happy. Thank you so much for moving that. Tournament director Matt Walton doing a great job moving the streaming rig over, so we are looking at the gorgeous playfield for Jurassic Park. Okay, let's update who is playing this game. And what game is it? So this is a Jurassic Park Pro, which means dinosaur T-Rex not eat ball. Just shoot the ramp. T-Rex head is just there for decoration. Get yourself a premium, dinosaur eat ball, but with the Pro, T-Rex head just sort of passively watches it go by. All right, nice little post pass over to the right flipper. We're looking for a clean left ramp here. Dead pass. Matt keeping his head around about him. Okay. Left ramp can be a little tricky, and it is the most important shot in this game. Oh, that can's full, because I just opened it. All right, now the plunge here takes it right to a wire form onto the right flipper, so sort of no excuse. There are a handful of skill shots that you can choose from, most commonly the left ramp, but also the glowing C over on the left there. Okay, popping up into the pops, which increases the amber award. Okay, so Chandler finds the C button there. So the C is now solid, and the left ramp is lit for H. That's the flashing one, so you have to spell the word chaos in order. Travis, you're not wrong. Michael Bay has made quite a few pinball machines, and also including the Transformers machine from a few years ago. However, the recent Transformers machine that Stern released is based on the beloved 80s cartoon, not the reviled Michael Bay films. I would say the only one in close contention really is James Cameron. There is, of course, a Terminator 2 pinball machine staring at me with its baleful red eye as we speak, and an Alien machine, which features both movies, Alien and Aliens. There are at least 2 Avatar machines, so... Oh, hi.
Hey, chat. How's it going?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by our friend, Vice President and founding board member of Cups, Corey Anderson, and also leader in the clubhouse, I think.
Yeah.
After that great game of Godzilla, we're seeing some we got some points on the board. Are you playing right now?
I am playing.
Okay.
I'm player 4 on Terminator 2, but I was wondering if we could maybe try to get the volume up a little bit on stream.
On the which?
On Twitch, yeah.
Sure.
So if we go into settings.
Settings. Yes, here.
Yeah. And go to audio. And scroll down.
Everybody sets up their mice wrong.
Drop it.
Aha.
And last but not least, go up to. Yep.
This one?
Okay. I think we're just gonna have to live with it right now.
Yeah, it seems like it's very faint.
Okay.
Seems like it's very faint, but you're saying this is...
Oh, just people are mentioning that the whole screen was a little bit quiet.
Yeah. No,
I thought I'd check a couple times.
I agree. Yeah, looks like everything's...
But maybe this right here. Just remember this thing?
Oh yeah, I remember that thing.
Sometimes it gets stuck in. Let's go let me know if that's better.
Okie doke. Okie doke. All right, so we're just tightening up chords and Emerald City Pinball critiquing his own play. right, so Quint with the double trap, looking around for something to shoot. This is the T-Rex multi-ball, so you are feeding goats to a dinosaur is your objective, and couldn't keep it on trap, and 2 balls become 0 balls. Oh, great. Hey, Quarter Drop Arcade, our friend Co is in the house. I joined Co yesterday for a stream of Firepower 2 that was very enjoyable. And, oh, thank you, Scoop. I think we just had, it's just stuff is not plugged in the way we want it to be, and we just needed to do a little quick quality control check, but that's why I'm so happy to have my friend Corey Anderson pop back here and tighten screws and hang up a banner and all sorts of things. So, all right, Matt Walton stepping up again. Ball 2, I don't think anyone's ecstatic about their ball 1 performance, so everyone's looking to find some other stuff. He started a mode, so during a mode, the flashing red diamonds will tell you the shots you need to shoot to rescue workers. And at the same time, there's a green arrow that will be lit, and the green arrow represents the dinosaur wandering about the field. So as the green arrow moves, it will move towards shots that are labeled with an orange diamond. And if it gets there, then that's a worker you didn't rescue, because that's someone who just became dinosaur food. And in the early modes, they're nicely set up so that the dinosaur moves pretty slowly. The workers are far away from said dinosaur, but as you progress through the park, you find more and more dangerous and hence more and more valuable modes. Oh, thanks, Debbie. All right, Matt, with a nice trap there, but again, cannot find that left ramp. It's been something of a curse for our players, and it is the most important shot in the game. All right, so that shoots the truck, the Jeep, I should say. Okay, nice shot on the super spinner there, and that was where the dinosaur was. So that then you see the video reveals a tranquilizer dart, so that tells you that indeed you have paused the dinosaur after shooting the green shot, and now you have more time to go rescue those workers, the orange diamonds that are flashing. Matt has shot the C, the H, and is now looking for the A at the right ramp. So it'll be right ramp for A, right orbit for O, and finally the, okay, ball save is lit there, so you can see on the screen the Jeep screeches to a halt just short of the cliff. And so Matt lives to continue this ball. Nice little dead pass over to the left. Lots of confidence on display here, and a solid nudge. You can see Nedry chastising Mr. Walton. Okay. Matt has found the A. Can't quite get the O squared away there. Okay, nice feed to the in lane, but again, no left ramp to be had. All right, trapped up. All right. Matt not happy with that feed. Nope. Bounce out of there. We got a total score of 78. It's not bad. That's such a tiny little font. I cannot read the scores of his competitors there. I suppose if they keep having score displays like this, I'll have to bring my reading glasses to these streams, and that will be just, I don't think my vanity can handle it. I don't think I can do it. I don't think they'll fit around these headphones, for starters. Okay, Chandler gets a nice left ramp shot. That has fed the T-Rex. That's a hurry-up component, but that now determines how valuable the jackpots are going to be. And he gets a left shot there, which is a red super jackpot, so that lights the left ramp for super jackpot. Both those balls are coming back, so we're doing just fine here. Okay, super spinner, doing real good. Why not? Shot so nice, he shot it 3 times. That center spinner lane is a nice, something of a bailout shot. You can hit it from either flipper, and it keeps the ball occupied for a minute or two. So nice thing to be able to dial in during multi-balls if you need to clear your lane. Oh, perfect left ramp shot, 4 million jackpot. So Matt's score of 81 million looks much more attainable when you start bringing in jackpots like that. Now he's got the right ramp lit for a double jackpot. But fighting his way through a cluster here. Needs to find a place to put those balls so he can line up the shot he needs. Okay, perfect right shot for a 15 million jackpot. Great shot, Chandler. Okay, the pop bumpers are keeping 2 balls occupied nicely. Unfortunately, the third ball drops right down the middle, right when you'd want to have it under control. Okay, we're almost got the double trap on the right flipper, but we are getting things out of the way nicely. That ball and multi-ball is over. A last minute at the buzzer, 8 million for a 29 million jackpot. Chandler's got to like those numbers. And again, looking for a left ramp for mode start. So again, you heard me talk about this left ramp a lot. You've seen Emerald City Pinball talk about it in the chat. It's the shot that you have to have dialed in for this machine. Okay, so Chandler finishes with 70 million. So definitely in the same caliber as Matt Walton. Both of them are fighting for their tournament's lives here. Again, we are in round 4 of 5 rounds. So there's one more round to go. But again, as an odd-numbered round, that's going to be on the faster games. So we're going to see games like Vector and Paragon back again in that lineup. All right, Matt Walton stepping up to ball 3, looking at Chandler's performance in last ball, he knows he has to widen this gap as much as he can. Perfect skill shot with the left ramp, and then finding the right ramp to convert that skill shot and running the whole combo there. So left ramp, right ramp, side ramp with the upper flipper is the opening skill shot combo. Great way to start this decisive ball. Okay, so trapping up, he did a hard trap there and got the left in lane to trigger for Smart Missile. And with the Smart Missile, you want to shoot it right up past the Jeep into that center. Matt instead hits the right ramp. Okay, brought his score up to 109 million mostly through those 3 skill shots. That was really the lucrative work of that one. Chandler doesn't find the left ramp. Once again, I find myself talking about the left ramp while I'm commentating on Jurassic Park. Ball save is lit, so we got the nice escape graphic again. You love to see it as a player. Chandler finds an orbit right back to the Jeep, but the feed off of that captive ball, it's a nice little captive ball mechanism that reorients the Jeep, and it can introduce some chaos, as we say. And so comes off in a very erratic way right down the center. Okay, Quint traps up, looks for some points on the board. Okay, finds a nice spinner shot off the left flipper, and then again off the right flipper. Problem with that shot, it's a nice shot. It's a nice shot from either flipper. But then you have it on the upper flipper. And the upper flipper, what to shoot at is not quite so obvious. You can shoot an inner loop that will rip it right back around to your upper flipper. And then you've got this upper ramp on the left, which can be a real tricky shot. You got to nail it. It's got that sort of horseshoe structure to it. So you got to give it a real solid one. Quint no longer has escape lit, so you get to see the Jeep plummet to its doom off the cliff. And that is the close of our Jurassic Park game. So it looks like Walton first, Chandler and Quint. Looks like it is just player order there. Let's go back to our standings here. Okay, yes, indeed. That puts Matt Walton tied for first with the stalwart Corey Anderson. And we still have one game. That game has just finished up. It just hasn't quite been reported yet. That's the game on, I believe, the machine Barida Pinball, donated to Cups by our good friend Uriah and Christy. All right, so we will be heading into round 5 of our group match play, looking to see who of our top competitors will make the top 4 and be able to play the 3-round finals. Final round is up. Refresh this, see how. Okay, so right now we have tie for first and tie for third, but no tie for whether you're in the top 4 or not. So those are not what we would call meaningful ties. Thus, the tie break will be. We can do track. Yeah, sorry, if you don't mind us following you around. It's just oriented nicely there. Okay, so we'll be looking at Bally's Star Trek. This is the first Star Trek game. So the player camera needs to be pulled back just a touch. Sorry, the scoreboard. Okay, so we have okay. Yeah. It's going great. Going great. Yeah. Just fueling up here, so we're good to go. All right, so Augie's getting us started on Star Trek, and he may not be done with Star Trek, but Star Trek is done with him. Quint, player 2. Much like we discussed Paragon earlier, this is a very bonus-focused game. But the most important shot after you advance your bonus is the shot that Quint just made. Great shot, Quint. Over into this alley that puts it back on the plunger. And when it does, it collects your bonus. Unlike earlier collect bonus type games, it collects your bonus but keeps your bonus. So as you advance your bonus count, and that includes multipliers as well, that shot gets more and more valuable throughout your ball. And when I say bonus multipliers, I mean the bank of drop targets there. Completing those will double whatever your bonus is, and then completing them again will triple it. Nice save by Matt Walton. Okay, getting it under control. And a risky choice to transfer it over to the right flipper does not pay off. It's all right. That's why they give us 3 of them. All right, Sandy's pulling up some music. The stand-up targets on the right enable you to spell Bally here. These are these lights, those inset lights there. All right, ball 1. Not a real barn burner of a ball for anyone, so it's anybody's game here. Coming right down the middle, fastball down the middle. Augie amazed that he's had 2 bites of this apple and really not many flips on it. So Quint, of course, sympathizing with his plight.
bonus. You advance that up to 20, 30, or 40 stakes. So you're going to get 20 on the next two columns. And if you raise up,
All right, so Quint finding some shots here. Oh, and we get completing the target bank means he's doubled his bonus. You can see it counting down twice, which, given the state of everyone's scores, doubling your 10,000 bonus, not bad. Not bad. Okay, Matt Walton finds the upper saucer there. That awards a random letter. You can see the light sort of progresses through various letters as you hit. Well, maybe it doesn't do that. Oh, would have liked to get the A there, and there picks it up. So it looks like it's only the first L remaining in spelling Bally. Those of you who are fans of the original Star Trek will remember they were constantly spelling Bally, and there it is. There's the L as the stand-up from the stand-up there. And another shot at that stand-up sends it right out the left out lane. However, that is a decent chunk of points there. It gets him back in the conversation for this game.
so he got 20 bonus now. 20 stakes. X.
Whoa.
All right, and Cindy playing her ball 3. Okay, nice hit there. Okay, boy, those pop bumpers are really telling us about it. And we have one target left to go to double our bonus. Oh, almost finds the bonus collect. And there's 15 bonus, so everyone's in about the same neighborhood right now. Ball 3 here is going to be very consequential for who gets to stick around and who is heading home. All right, Augie picks up a couple saucer hits here, continuing to spell Bally. Traps up nicely on the right, and a completed target bank doubles his bonus, and that's all she wrote. So we're going to double the 15, giving us about 30 million, so that is 75,000. Currently in the lead, but anyone can, crank up the bonus to 10, multiply it by 3, and then shoot that right alley all day. Okay, nice little bonus ad from the little tiny game on the left where it goes through one of the two in lanes. Okay, Quint, I don't think that's gonna do it. Ooh, I don't think that's gonna do it, and I was right. 75-610 is not 75-820, so Quint, realizing that he has second at best after very nearly getting up. Now Matt knows, now Matt's thinking if he can thread the needle there, can he get 75,700? Nope. Okay. So that is a third at best, and we'll see if Cindy can't spoil some of these. At 6 points, Cindy's not going to make the finals, but she might be able to ruin some of these fellas' days. So let's see it. I'm a believer. Oh, there we go. Hitting through the rollovers and that candy cane. Very useful in just finding the tip of the flipper, sending it back into play. Okay, nicely getting the ball under control. We've got continuing to collect bonus. We're up around 18 bonus here. We need one more drop target to double that, but this is going to do it. Cindy coming through.
She may not have cared for herself, but she wanted to ruin all three of your days, so that's the best.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to see the frenemies stats for the two of you on match play. I want to see those. Pull those up for me.
Okay, looks like some results are coming in there. So let's take a look. Let's get back to our points here as the results are coming in. So we have Carrie currently at the top of the pack and a big chunk of the competition at 23 points. So that's Matt, Augie, and Corey. We've seen a lot of their play tonight. Certainly in terms of our time on target, Corey playing Godzilla was spent the most of this stream. And now let's see if we have some results from Chris and Darren. Okay, so also mixed up in this tie is fan favorite, crowd favorite, Uncle John Cunningham. So with some fans in chat, hopefully we can see more of our friend from Memphis play a little more here at Cups. I'm not sure how this game, I'm afraid I can't see the flash scores from where I'm sitting, so Chris has a shot to get into this, as does Jen and Chandler. So this is a very meaningful game coming to its conclusion here. And so the question of how many seats Matt, Augie, John, and Corey will be fighting for is the question. Okay, sounds like Chandler did take care of business there.
We have a 5-way tiebreaker.
Okay, let's take a look here. So we have a 5.
Chandler is through as the top seed.
So we have Chandler and Carrie Muller emerging in the top. And now for the third and fourth place, we're looking for Matt, Augie, John Cunningham, Jen, and Corey. And I didn't hear it, but Corey did, so he's moving. Oh, we're moving over to Boomerang. Oh, we're going to actually see some EMs on this stream. Oh, I didn't plan this, but boy, did I wear the right shirt for this view, huh? Okay, looks like we are set up at Boomerang. We'll get to see some solid electromechanical action with some of the 5 toughest players coming together to look for 2. Looks great to me, Corey. So we're gonna, since it's 5 of them, I think we're gonna play a 4-player game and a 1-player game, or a 3-player and a 2-player. Lots of interesting decisions to be made. Oh, thanks, John. All right, let me just get my can cap. Okay, so we're playing a 3-player game and a 2-player game. Top 2 scores will advance.
The first game, it doesn't necessarily matter if the following 2 players beat you. The first game, player 1 is Corey, player 2 is Augie, player 3 is me. The second game is a head-to-head with John as player 1 and Jen as player 2. Good luck, guys.
Okay, so we're looking at Matt, Corey, and Augie playing a game of Boomerang. And I don't believe this tiebreaker is going to be on match play, so I don't think there's any clever way I can pull this up. But let me do my best. No. Nope, I'm afraid this little window is not meaningful for our pursuits right now. Just mind the gap here. Sometimes it can be hard to read these score reels from the angle that we have to set up there, but looks like things are mostly legible. So let's take a look at this beautiful game from the 70s. I think this is a Williams. Okay, and a brutal ball one for Augie. So you can see a lot of interesting features here. The titular boomerang is, I imagine, this shot around here with some rollovers and the distant possibility of getting back into that saucer. But a crucial aspect here are the captive ball shots on either side, which then go over some rollovers, and finally there's stand-up targets in the back. And then, reminiscent of the Paragon Beast Slayer, we have the pop bumper there. And yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay, Augie making a much better second ball of it. Perfect live catch. And trap up on the right. All right. Okay, nice solid shot on the right captive ball. Matt has collected bonus up to 12,000, so you can see the bonus count in the center tops out at 10, and then you can climb again with another light up to 15. So this is very nearly max bonus, except one can double one's bonus by completing the 1, 2, 3, 4 targets here. These are these little surfboards lights here, and so you can either hit those stand-ups or the captive ball, the lit rollovers by the captive balls will also take those. Corey's setting up nicely from a trap, finding captive ball for a nice little chunk of bonus there. Oh, and then followed immediately by a brick on there. So, I believe this is set to 3-ball play. So he didn't roll it. We're at 51,000. Augie stepping up with 30. Nope. Nope. Sling to the right out lane. Nothing doing. And that, I'm afraid, sends Augie home. Unless I'm misunderstanding which ball's in play. Matt Walton is going to wait on the tilt. All right. Now remember, Matt's not just competing with the other two players. With the two players involved in this game, he's got the two players coming in for the next game. So even if he surpasses Corey's score, he's going to keep running up the points as far as he can, because he wants to make sure that he can secure his spot in his own tournament finals. So while we're witnessing a 3-player game, there is secretly a mysterious 5-player game going on in the background. We'll see the second part of that after this completes. Okay, looks like 65, 66. Okay, so we're going to take a picture of those results. And now the other two competitors know if they get past the 70,380 set by Matt Walton, they're guaranteed a spot. Then they're also competing against one another. Thanks for the support, Pezzy. Okay, John nicely finds the upper saucer on the plunge. Solid shot on a captive ball, and then punished for making such a great shot. All right, that's a 12,000 first ball. Plenty of game left. All right, here comes Jen. And coming around through the rollover. Okay, through a couple twists of the spinner there, so you can see there's a little semicircle in the artwork, and the more spins you get, that's how you increment your bonus. You got to go through there. So as you rip the spinner here, you're going to increment around here, and then once you complete one of those, you get another increment of your bonus stack here. Lovely little art package from the 70s. Very much of the 70s. All right. Real solid hit on that right captive ball. Okay, John's great nudge. Getting it out of that out lane. Perfect. Pass over to the left flipper. Didn't trust the dead bounce, so he took a swing at it. Okay. Nicely shows up again on the left. Okay. Hits the rollover. Bonus is incrementing. Solid shot on the left captive ball. And we get it in the in lane again. We're nearly maxing out our bonus with 11,000. So that gets John up to 44. So if you remember, 70 was Matt's score. 51 was the following score by Corey. So if they both beat 50, that'll push them into the second spot. All right. Matt's saying 51,090 is the target, but of course 70 is the target, so if they both score over 70, they can actually push Walton out. Although Jen would have to find some shots here. All right, don't tilt, John, because I think you just about got it. Perfect. Okay, so John has made it past Corey's score, which means if everything were to freeze here, you would have Matt, Walton, and John in the finals. but wouldn't hurt for both for seeding purposes and to put the pressure on Corey to surpass Matt's totals. And as long as he doesn't tilt, he's going to do exactly that. Whew! Keeping the ball in play, tip of the flipper here. All right, perfect little shot down there. The rollovers continue to increment bonus. That's such a tough feed, but a new leader in the clubhouse with 78,000. So that is the current leader. So now Jen needs to beat Matt's score of 70 to ensure a spot in the finals. So yes, crowd favorite, Memphis Blues, definitely advancing. Now Jen is going to try to take a bite out of Matt Walton's score. Great spinner in. Pop bumper does its thing. Great read, Jen. Oh, perfect nudge. Perfect nudge. Jen was in some real trouble there, but kept it out of the out lane. Oh, almost. Finds that saucer again, but okay, 27. I don't think that's going to do it. So 27 plus 12, it's going to get you to about, get us to about 40 there, just shy of 40. So our finals players are Chandler, number 1 seed. Carey, number 2, with 24 points. And then we have John Cunningham and Matt Walton rounding out our group of top 4 finalists. Congratulations, all. And yes, 37 hand. Yes, let's go, John. Crowd favorite here in chat, John Cunningham. And I just want to assure chat that indeed I am Team John as well. Although I certainly wish all of our competitors well. Matt's explaining the finals format. It's going to be 3 games. I believe it'll be 2 fast and 1 slow, although I'm a little out of hearing range. Okay, well, Corey possibly knows something I don't, because he seems to be moving the rig. So I'll let you stare at the frightening visage of the star of Suspiria, whose name escapes me. Okay, we are on Hot Hand. Great 1979 Stern, and this is the old Stern. Harry Williams game. Notable, this is a game that people definitely gravitate to here because it's got a big old flipper in the middle, winding around. And let's see if we have a Cups finals coming up here. I assume it's going to be its own. Tournament, so hopefully we can. Finals for Fridays at Cups. Indeed, let's see. 261570. Okay, let's get back to our other stream here. right, so let me just update. Let's see. 261,570. All right, we've got let's make sure we can see score number 1. I don't believe we can see the first player's score. It's a.
We've had 2 beer spills already. Too.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
This is some underground pinball right here. This is some. Yeah. We're TD's calling a little timeout for us to get out the mop and clean up our act here a little bit. So.
Oh my God, we're not supposed to shotgun beers in cups either. If OLCC's watching this right now, we're so screwed.
OLCC, give us a shout in chat if you're watching. Please advise, at OLCC, please advise.
These
kids today. All right, so hot hand. I'm sure everyone in chat knows the rules to hot hand. It's pretty standard pinball, really. You're looking to light up your entire grid of cards here. So as you go, you're making certain hands like pairs, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, straight flushes. And as you do that, you increase bonus multiplier, increase scoring opportunities. As you can see on the left of your grid, there is always a suit highlighted. So right now Matt is building up his hand of hearts. So essentially everything he hits, from the drop targets to the little divots up top, will add to his hand of hearts. And now, because he hits some pop bumpers, and you can see as he hits bumpers and slings, the indicated. Oh, James, science guy, chiming in about our compliance with OLCC rules. Okay, John Cunningham, crowd favorite and troublemaker in the.
Tanner and Devin, you guys are still watching. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
I think they are. I think they are. Okay. John got a nice job with a little pop there, so he switched over to collecting. Oh, great. Keeping it in. Okay, every sling changes the suit of cards that you are collecting. So right now we're back up at diamonds. Oh, thanks. Jengus the Science Guy has reminded me that he remembered to return my casserole dish. So that's over by the fridge. I will have to remember it. That will be a feat of mental exertion for a guy who didn't even remember his jacket today. So I will do my best. It's not that great, but it's the best I can do. All right, all of John's other competitors have stormed out of the building in a fit of pique. And Chandler steps back up. Okay, nice spinner rip, and now we're back into letting the big flipper have its way with the ball. Okay, so as you can see, Chandler had all 4 of his 10s collected, and as a result, that is why his 4x bonus was lit. So you get points for every card you've collected. All right, Carrie's stepping up for her ball 2. Great shielding going on. Oh. Perfect. Perfect save. Managing that wall of pop bumpers. All right, getting up to 37,000. I'm sorry Chandler's score isn't visible from the camera, but I can see it from my angle. He's at 97,000, so has a slight lead now, but Matt Walton stepping up with his 83. And as you can see, the lit grid remains. So in a sense, bonus is held throughout the game, which means as you increase your number of hands, you increase your bonus accordingly. That feed from the upper orbit, deadly, right down the middle. And now John Cunningham for his ball 2. That's the end of this. Oh, Richard, have we met? For goodness sakes, there's not enough dead space for me. Yeah, indeed. Richard wondering what I'm going to talk about, and yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about just about anything. So Hot Hand is another fan favorite here at Cups. It's certainly one that when you see people walk in and they maybe don't know what to play, aren't looking for a particular machine to play, definitely this big swing and flipper just... people gravitate towards it. It's a very unique piece. I remember the first time I saw it in recent memory was up at the Next Level Pinball Museum in Hillsboro, and same kind of thing. I walked by it and did a double take and said, what on earth is this thing? So we're very happy to have a local copy that we can play and attempt to get our arms around a very esoteric machine with some interesting rules available to it. So like our previous... Whoa! So John ekes out a lead after ball 2. As you can see, very close game. And Chandler stepping up with 97,000. Yeah. Wow is right. They're not wrong. Now, as you go around the little divots in there, you can collect king through 10, but... the ace of any given suit, you can see it's got sort of its own special bank of lights. The ace is only available in the bank of drop targets right here. So you can collect a lot of your grid through just dicking around up with that upper flipper, but you want the full hand, you want the royal flush in any given suit. You got to find some times with those drop targets. All right, again, chat, you can't see this, but we have 181,000. So again, ball 3 is typically, almost by definition, the most lucrative because your bonus holds over each time. So as long as you don't tilt ball 3, you're going to get a payout equal or greater to your payout from your previous balls there. All right, there's a great... that feed from that orbit out of that spinner, again, continues to confound. So Carey has a 4th. Matt knows he has some work to do, both to try to get over Chandler's score and try to put some distance between himself and John Cunningham. All right, flipper skills on display here. Nice ski pass into the drop targets. right, so currently hearts is highlighted, and Matt has most of those. So we'd like to see the suit change, and indeed it does, to spades, which he also has quite a few of. Okay, great slap save, but again, the left out lane proves to be dispiriting and not quite. 187.90 is just shy of Chandler's 181.380. So Chandler keeps his lead for the moment. Now John knows exactly what to do. Do everything Matt did plus a little more. And that should, okay, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. You bet. It's that kind of insightful commentary. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Okay, playing some nudges off of every little thing this ball hits. Powering down some targets. Okay, so we're at 4x bonus because, again, we've got 4 of a kind. He's got 4 of a kind a couple ways, looks like. Okay, nice trap up on the left. Take a look around. He already has the ace of diamonds, though. So we'll power into a pop bumper, change the suit to hearts, and now over to spades. And we're back up and around. Okay, collecting all the spades that can be gotten up there. So now we'll need the ace through that drop target, via the drop target, I should say. And here's that feed that has just been deviling our competitors. Okay, so we now see the 10x lit because he has achieved all the heart cards. Pezzi offering some encouragement, and oh, looks like John has it. So even without the bonus, 192. Don't take my word for it, but from everything I'm seeing, looks like that's going to be a solid win on game 1. John gets to walk away. Doesn't even have to finish his ball. And we'll see the bonus count up. Look at that. He's collected all the cards except a few aces. But it's 4x bonus there, 269, and he didn't even play the thing out. So that is a okay. So because Chandler picked a fast game, Carrie gets choice next, and she is able to pick anything she wants. It can be a fast game, it can be a slow game, it can be whatever she chooses. So all right, so let's see if we can't pull up some results here. Let's see, can I refresh this fella? Okay. I should probably note here, we're running the finals. Matt's changing up the scoring on the finals. So previously we had 7-5-3-1. So essentially what that means is, this was in our qualifying, the distance between first and second in terms of points is the same as the distance between second and third. However, for the finals, we are doing 4-2-1-0 scoring. So this means the person who wins gets 4 points.
Chandler deferred the choice. Carrie picked Whirlwind.
Okay, we are going to Whirlwind. Chandler decided to defer choice. And so Carrie picked Whirlwind, which is an aggressive choice. It's going to be a more modern machine, but not quite modern. So this is a nice, I'm going to guess somewhere in the early 90s. Oh, look at those little turquoise lines moving along. Okay, Matt's getting the rig around the play field. No, towards the back glass. Yep, that should do it. Perfect. So this is not yet a DMD. This is a solid state. Let's see if I can't. And we'll look over at the Whirlwind. All right. Okay, so Whirlwind, you want to complete the compass points to light the lock. ramp, right ramp, locks balls, and then the ramp actually flips up. There's a saucer underneath the ramp here. So you've got this ramp here, but you can see the translucent ramp there. You've got a saucer, so the ramp will actually pop up and let you shoot underneath the ramp into a saucer. That's how we start the multi-ball. Other things to do. The 2 scoops on the left there. So Matt just picked off a compass point stand-up target there. Hitting the bumpers. Shot into the cellar, but it's not lit for a mystery award. All right, trapped up nicely. And the real question with this one is, can you find that ramp? If you can find that ramp and start comboing it, you can get some real points there. But if it eludes you, great post pass. If it eludes you, then much like I never shut up about the left ramp on Jurassic Park, this one... Oh, and I should mention, movie fans, this is not based on popular Bill Paxton movie Twister, but there is a pinball machine that is, and it indeed... Oh, there it is. Nice right ramp shot. It indeed borrowed many of the features of Whirlwind, innovating in the spinning disc space. So you can see the voiceover is talking a little bit about the storm coming, and you can see our little disc tornadoes spinning away. Spinning discs from this time on became a popular thing to build into pinball machines. Most famously, the current Ninja Turtles game has a pizza spinning around. Does Twister have a fan too? That's a great question. It doesn't. It's been a while since I've seen a Twister. So, chat. If anyone in chat knows whether Twister has a fan, it sure should have one. But like many things in life, progress in pinball is not a straight line. So Twister may have come out in a post-fun toys era and not feature a fan. All right, John currently in the lead with his first place finish on Hot Hand. Sitting there with 4 points. Skill shot is a soft plunge into the drop targets, the bank of drop targets. No ball save here, so knocks right out, and there you go. Fastball down the middle after finding that drop target in the backfield by the upper pop bumpers. All right, so Matt is the only player who made any real headway here with 1.7 million, but still lots of game to be played. This is probably the fastest slow game, unless it's been put in as a fast game, in which case it may be the slowest fast game. Okay, so you can see the flashing lights directing players towards the drop targets, but if you instead plunge it straight to the flipper, you get a chance to sweep those targets, and you can actually pull off, I think, is it 1,000,000 points if you get all 3 targets before hitting much of all else? Oh, up the ramp and down the ramp. Very tricky business there. Let me erase my funny little jagged line here. All right. Comboing the ramp nicely. And spinner is lit. Nice rip there, and now we've lit the lock. So if Matt can find that right ramp again, we'll see Okay, looking for a post pass here. Not quite finding it. Just doesn't want to come off the way he wants it to. Nope, we got it, but not far back enough on the flipper to find that ramp. And I guess I shouldn't say the ramp, it's the right ramp. There is also the upper ramp from the upper flipper there, but that is a very tricky shot, and recent tournament, no one was able to find it. All right, nicely trapped up on the left, so clear sailing for the lock. 2 balls locked and multi-ball is lit, so difficult to see from our angle, but the ramp has now the ramp has now sort of popped up, so you can actually shoot under the ramp and get into the scoop underneath it, and that's how you start the multi-ball. Then upper ramp for jackpot. This is in the era, we're past the era vector now, so multi-balls have their own devoted jackpots. Oh, that's disappointing. A brilliant backhand over into that upper field, but it did not find the saucer, and the slings have their way with the ball going out the right. Ball was just caught in the crook of that out lane, and now it's out. We collect the bonus, and a solid lead just got even more solid. So our competitors need to find something to shoot at here, and we'll see if they do. All right, so we need a couple more compass points. Ooh, brutal feed out of there. Slap save not successful. John apologizing to his many fans here. All right, Chandler hacking away with a same side backhand ramp shot. Boy, if you could bottle that, you'd be a happy man. But couldn't find any more of that, so we're back to Carrie. Carrie, I think, is starting to wonder why she picked this game. All right, as we're heading into 2.5 hours on our session tonight, thank you all for tuning in. We'll try to make this video available on demand here soon, and then upload it to YouTube so you can play back some of your favorite moments from our Friday Night Lights tournament. Okay, so Carrie with a guaranteed 4th place here. Matt looking to start this multi-ball and really leave his competitors behind. He has, I would say, a safe lead based on how this machine is playing, but you never feel safe, completely safe in this group, and it'd be nice for people to see a multi-ball happen. Okay, trapped up here, and just like last time, pops it up there. This does not stick in the saucer. Maybe something about the physics of that backhand. Okay, Matt's starting to feel a little hard done by it with that saucer, but finally a backhand gets it to stick in there. If you shoot it too hard with the left flipper, it bounces out. If you shoot it too lightly with the right flipper, it bounces out. But he finally found the Goldilocks shot back there. So trapped up on the left, looked for the shot, but finding it elusive. And the restart, so multi-balls from this era, as people are familiar possibly from Adam's Family, etc., the multi-balls don't have any ball saves, so they can be over quite quickly. But they generally, if you don't get a jackpot, they'll have a restart. So double trap up to the saucer, coming out to that upper flipper, looking for the upper ramp. All right, Mystery Award gave low pressure jets at maximum, so those are the yellow bumpers flashing there, and ball drains. Should get to around 4 million points. And how do you hack your way up to 4 million points from 770? I think it's got to be ramp combos. Okay. Super door. Okay, so instead of the traditional skill shot of the drop targets, we went over to the cellar, got 500,000 there, locked the ball. Now we get another chance at the skill shot. Great. All right, looking for control here. Slings are very volatile on this game. Looking to light the lock again. Oh, great nudge to keep that keep that ball in play. Okay. Ooh. Tough feed. Okay, we've got a good shot on the spinner there. Again, a great nudge to settle the ball down as it's heading for the out lane and keep it in play. Onto the flipper. Okay, we're trapped up on the left. Another shot on the spinner, but the upper flipper's not going anywhere. Not sending the ball anyplace. Okay. Trap back up on the right. Finding some pop bumpers. Ooh, quick dig from that left flipper there. Okay. Some nice quick shielding, and couldn't find it. The flipper's bonus is not going to get him there. So John is in a comfortable second place, but we'll see what Chandler has to. Chandler hard plunges up and around through the loop, and then finds nothing but the left out lane after that. So quick wrap up there. All right, so with the second place, no, no. I'll write you an IOU on that one. Typically for tournaments I play in, I'll bring a little box of tchotchkes and prizes for people to get matches, but juggling a matchbox and broadcasting is a little more than I'm up for at the moment. All right, so we are going over to Aztec. All right, nice strong signal from our Wi-Fi wireless transmitter here. So we are marching all the way down the row here to Aztec. This is a machine donated by Cup's founding board member and president, Aiden Harker. Yeah, between forgetting my jacket and my matchbox, I'm really It's been an interesting day. I actually had a nice surprise visit by my friend Marcus, who organizes tournaments down in Susanville, California, which was lovely, but kind of threw me off my getting ready for the evening game. But it was great to see him. So, okay, so going into this final round, John has 6 points, Matt 5, Chandler 3. So there could be some ties here. Anyone could win it other than Carrie. So, a little bit about Aztec before we get started here. This is very much a bonus game. It's an electromechanical game, so of course the scores are on reels, and the other crucial aspect of an electromechanical game means you don't have any memory in the system. So even though you're going to play a 3-ball game and a 4-player game, when the ball, your second ball comes around, the game does not remember what you did on your first game. So from the opening, when you plunge, you're trying to spell Aztec, and the letter A is actually available to you right up there. So if you go through that center, you get to light the spinner as well as starting to collect Aztec. This little candy cane here is worth some points and increasing points as you collect Aztec letters. So on its own, it's just worth, I think, 3,000, but additional points for each letter that you've collected. So nice thing about that is the pop bumpers can sometimes pop it back in there, which, great. More points, and you're out of danger. So at this point, your best shot here is the left orbit to try and get through that valuable center in lane, which will light the spinner. Target in the center here is a terrifying shot, but if you make it, you just get a random Aztec letter. Not random, but you get your next one. And then after you get the A up at the top, you have Z. Other way. Yeah, that does look better. Thank you. And then these stand-ups here will Z, T, E, and C. If you get, I believe, any 3 letters, you will light double bonus, which can be attained either at the upper candy cane or the left orbit. There it is. So the pop bumpers gave him a nice little gift there, and let's see if he can take advantage of it. So once trapping up here, you can see now this spinner is lit, and that's where the points are. His trap has been trapped more than he wanted. There it is. That's the lit spinner ripping along, and that's exactly what you want. Looking for a trap, but ball was moving a little too quickly. Still, it's the right thing to do. All right, so... Okay, great patience there. Nice little dead pass, and just misses the spinner. Bounces out to that out lane. Still, nice chunk of bonus. Puts Matt ahead of the pack. Some trash talk happening here. John is threatening to bring Raven from his personal collection, a famous, perhaps infamous game among pinball players generally, and especially in the scene here. Our local watering hole, Blair Alley, had one, and John purchased it, so we recently had a launch party for Raven, which was a lot of fun. Hey, there it is. A backhand into the candy cane. He has 1 letter, the A, from up top. Oh, great little tip of the flipper there. Nudges it into the in lane. Oh, again, that spinner proves elusive. And very nearly tied with Chandler. Sorry, very nearly tied with Carrie, I guess. I need to update the player order here. We're no longer on Whirlwind. We are on Aztec. There we are. So Chandler is player 1, Carrie player 2. Okay, Carrie finds a backhand into the candy cane, and as you can see, she hit a letter. I guess it was E over there in the bottom left, so a few more points for that. All right, Matt stepping up. It's 91,000 points. So I said this was a bonus game, and just like the lights here will max out at 50,000. And I think a second light can get you up to 75,000. But the crucial aspect, of course, is you can double your bonus. So that light will light if you have done that, and that's a big part of the game. So to access double bonus, you need to have collected 3 letters. Oh, just drifts out into that out lane. Decent chunk of bonus, but still anybody's game. Oh, couldn't find the nudge to send those back into the in lane, so... $84. All right, closing in on hour 3 of the stream. It's 9:24 here on the West Coast. All right. Heading into ball 3.
Why'd you turn off already?
Okay, Chandler gets back under control. Oh, thought it was going in, but it was not. So 120, 131. Carrie stepping up to her last ball of the tournament. Doesn't find the middle roll over there. Okay, rescues the ball from almost certainly going down the middle there. Okay. Oh, couldn't quite find the slap save there, so that is the end. Great tournament for Carrie. Okay. Matt Walton currently in the lead, finds exactly the in lane he wanted there, exactly the rollover. Another letter and right out. Didn't. Okay, so 178 is the score to beat. And as Matt is saying, it's very doable. There's plenty of points available, including okay, and we're just going to fire it right back up there. Whew. Perfect nudge. But can't find a second one.
That first one was so sick, dude.
Okay. 129 to 128. So that will be 9 points for Matt Walton, 8 points for John, and 4 points for Chandler in the totals.
All right, so it's John, you got seconds. Yeah, Chandler needs to win. All right, so it's me, John, Chandler, Carey.
All right, so that's our final results there. Matt Walton with 9 points, John with 8, and Chandler with 4. So here come the payouts. We can look, stepping up to the camera here.
Carey Muller. In third place, it's Chandler.
All right, there's Chandler getting paid out. Good night of pinball for Chandler. Third place here on our IFPA sanctioned.
Pinball Uncle John.
Thank you guys. Tanner, Devin, have a good night. I did this for you.
All right, Uncle John calling out the crowd. All right, Matt offering to all, letting everybody know the big heel turn. Matt Walton, tournament organizer, and
Let's get a winner's pick, though.
all right, and now they're gonna pose for a picture, and we are going to be calling it a night here at Cups. Upcoming events here in Eugene, we've got blueberry picking at my farm tomorrow from 8 to 3. Sunday, we have Silver Ball Sunday as usual at Blair Alley. Monday, I guess, is open. We haven't seen league restart yet. And then Wednesday, we'll be playing pinball nights at Blair Alley in the evening. And we'll have another Friday tournament here at Cups in a week. Someone else will be in the broadcast booth, but we'll be... Travis, I wish you could, too. My friend Scoop Kelm. The Blueberries are looking really good this year, so we're going to have a... All right, round of applause for me, the hardest working man in pinball broadcasting. And we will see you all next time. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, keep flipping.